Well, this is one of my favorite topics. So in today's conversation, I want to speak to you about how to get an EIN only massive business loan from PNC Bank with poor or fair credit. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about how to get an EIN only massive business loan from PNC Bank with poor or fair credit. A lot of people say that if you have a poor or fair credit, you can't qualify for a loan at a big bank such as PNC Bank. And our answer, after extensive research, is this is not true. So in today's conversation, I'm going to break it down for you. The first thing you need to do right off the bat is to choose the best loan for you. PNC Bank has a constellation of business loans, so it's important that you choose the right EIN only massive business loan for someone who has a fair or poor credit score. So PNC Bank offers small business loan, secured small business loan, small business commercial real estate loan, small business vehicle finance loan. So those are the top four loans they currently offer, even though they have other business loans out there. So for the small business loan EIN only, you have loan amounts from $20,000 to $100,000, no collateral required. You have an easier payment processing, and this is a fixed term loan, and the duration can go anywhere from 1 year to 5 years. And then you have the secured small business loan with EIN only. And in this case, the amounts are higher, the loan amounts are higher. So you're looking at $100,000 to $3 million. And of course, the loan is collateralized. And this is a fixed term loan, of course. And this will help you cover your business borrowing needs by pledging either the company's assets or anything else. It could be personal assets or company's asset. It really doesn't matter. As long as you're able to cover the 2 million the 3 million or the $500,000 or whatever amount you want to borrow, PNC Bank is fine. Then you have the small business commercial real estate loan. Here you have loan amounts from $100,000 to $3 million with EIN only also. And you have the small business vehicle finance loan. Here the loan amounts oscillate from $10,000 to $250,000. So all these loans are EIN only, large loans. Even if you have a poor or a fair credit, you can still qualify. Step number 2, you need to zero in on the loan details. So one thing I want to say here is that we have looked at 4 loans, but in today's conversation, we really want to focus on the EIN only small business loan from PNC, the first one, the one whose amounts oscillates from $20,000 to $100,000, okay? And the cool thing here is that this is a loan that has a very simple application and decision-making process. Really, PNC Bank is really fast when it comes to approving this type of loans. They have a turnaround of about 48 hours to 72 hours, which, if you really know how big banks work, is pretty impressive. Of course, no collateral required. You have easy fund access. This is a fixed-term loan, but to have it, among other things, you need to have a PNC business bank account. This is important, okay? And because the payments, in other words, the monthly principal and interest payments are automatically deducted from your PNC business checking account. There is no collateral required. So you can apply online, but you can only apply online through the PNC Bank Business Banking Customer Portal. You can also apply by phone. You can call 1-800-762-5684 Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. You can apply in person at a branch, okay? And the thing is, after you apply, you can expect a clear explanation of a PNC's decision, as well as solutions identified for your consideration for addressing current and future borrowing needs. And what we love here is that You can also expect greater collaboration from all PNC employees, all the employees that are involved, of course, with your loan request. They will take personal responsibility for providing the highest level of customer care. This is not just marketing from a PNC Bank. They really do that. They have actually upped their customer service in the last few years, and this is just fantastic. One thing I want to say is that for this business loan, this is EIN only, and if you have a minimum credit score of 540, you can qualify. Of course, you have to meet other criteria that I'll be speaking about later on, but it is important to mention that. So 540, a FICO of 540 will get you in the door. In terms of you need to have a relationship with the bank. I will explain that again, but you can only borrow maximum loan amount $100,000. Step number 3, you want to make sure you can afford the loan payments. This is so important. A lot of business owners make the mistake of applying for a loan they cannot afford to repay, and this will further endanger their FICO score. And we don't want that, right? Nobody wants that. So when you shop for a business loan, whether it is from a PNC Bank or Wells Fargo or Citibank or another big bank or a small bank for that matter, you want to make sure you understand everything, because interest rates are just one part of the big picture. People focus too much on the interest rate. You have interest rate, you have the monthly payments, but you also need to factor in whether or not the APR is variable or fixed. I want to show you, you need to use business loan calculators to figure out exactly how much you're going to pay back. And you can use loan calculators from websites such as Bankrate, Nerd Wallet, and Citizens Bank. And this is just a few sample, okay? This is a simple population of those loan calculators. There are others out there. And if you use a business loan calculator, you are able to understand your calculated results by looking at things like monthly payments, the total interest paid, the APR. Remember that the APR for EIN only. Business loans depend on your credit score and your business's finances, including annual revenue and time in business, right? And you need to understand that loan payments will have a significant impact on your company's short-term liquidity situation. This is just the way things are. Your company's cash flow statements, your company's debt to income ratio, and your company's credit score. Let me give you an example. You can see on the screen here, we have tried to, this is the first example we have. Let's say you have borrowed $75,000 from PNC Bank EIN only business loan. You can see the loan term 36 months, and you can see that the monthly payments they go all the way to $2,300. First example. In the second example, you can see that we maintain the same loan amounts, but we reduce the loan term to 30 months, and the monthly payments amounted to $2,800. My point here is that you can see the interest rate from the first to the second slide. Interest rate also moved up, so from 8% to 10%. You can play around, you can play along with this calculator yourself. The most important is to see the amount that you want to borrow and really figure out whether or not it will work for you. One thing I want to say here is that if you have poor credit, you are going to get an APR that is higher. 8% is not going to cut it. They'll probably charge you more. But again, the whole idea here is to have an estimate of how much you can pay and make sure that this can fit into your cash flow statements at the business level. Step number 4, you need to understand the loan requirements. Of course, folks, we are speaking about how to get a business loan from PNC Bank, a large EIN only business loan from PNC Bank with fair or poor credit. You got to understand the loan requirements, okay? I mean, understand the loan requirements. It's not just about understanding the APR and know if you can afford the loan payments. There are a lot of things you need to understand. So before you start, there are a few things you'll need to know or have available to successfully complete an application. So you need to be a PNC Bank business banking customer, right? You need to know the dollar amount, the type of loan you're applying for, the borrowing purpose, and the collateral information. Okay, the loan requirements include collateral information in case you want to collateralize the loan. In this case, we are choosing an unsecured loan, so there's no collateral required, but you need to have the purpose of the loan. You need to have available any special loan promotion offer code you may have received if applicable. Because the thing is, sometimes PNC Bank will send to select customers a code about EIN only, business loans, and they have to enter that. And so they want to have some information about your business. Let me ask you a question. Big decision time here. Do you have critical information about your business? I mean, licenses and permits, articles of incorporation. Do you have those? Talk to me. Do you have critical information about your business in terms of all the leases that you have signed, the legal agreements with important stakeholders? You better keep all those documents. They are quintessential. PNC Bank is going to request them. So they will want to see your business legal name, street address, phone number, email address, the type of business organization, the year established, the date acquired by the present owner, and the industry code, the NAICS, the business tax ID and social security number, if this is a sole proprietorship, annual sales, gross revenue, number of employees. And they might need some information about each business owner. So each owner with 25% or more interest in the business is required as guarantor in cases where the loan is kind of high, the loan amount is kind of high. So if you are submitting an application online, there's some information they need, and they'll need things like the name, home address, a government issued ID, social security number, all that kind of stuff. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Security Kiwi Show. I'm explaining to you in today's conversation how to get an EIN only massive business loan from PNC Bank with bad or fair credit. And step number 5, I want you to forge a relationship with PNC. You need to establish what we call on this show an MPR with PNC. MPR stands for multi-product relationship. I want you to take a look on the screen right now. Do you see what we have on the screen? This is the constellation of products and services that PNC Bank offers small businesses around the country. PNC Bank, of course, is a financial colossus. They are a national lender. They are in every state. And you can see that under banking, what they offer, they have also, you can manage payments. They have business lending. They have services for your employees, services by industry. And they also allow you to manage cash flow and accept payments. Let's quickly go through some of these services. Establishing a multi-product relationship with a PNC Bank means that you need to open at least one business checking account. So they have 4 types. They have business checking, they have business checking plus, they have treasury enterprise plan, and they have analysis business checking. They also have additional checking solutions based on the industry or based on the profession type. So they have MMDA sweep, nonprofit checking, business interest checking, and IALTA, interest on lawyer's trust account. You also need to have at least one business savings account. So they offer savings and liquidity management. They offer a premium business money market account. They have MMDA sweep account. They have certificates of deposits. The reason why you want to have this is that you're trying to get a loan, a massive loan from PNC Bank with poor or fair credit. So you want to show them that you do have some cash that you're sitting on, even though you currently have poor or fair credit. It's just a way to counterbalance the negative criteria, the negative effect that poor or fair credit might have on the underwriter's decision. All right. Okay. So on one end, you have a poor credit. On the other hand, you have a lot of money. So they will just give you a break, if you will. Okay. So the whole thing is, if you have skinny FICO, you better have a fat checking account. So try to have at least one checking account and at least one savings account. Step number 6, folks. You want to sign up for other PNC business services. This goes on with what I said earlier about establishing a multi-product relationship. So you need one checking account, one savings account. Now you need to explore the services that PNC Bank offers. Big decision time. Let me ask you a question. Are there any services that you might get from a PNC Bank that you currently have with another bank? For example, treasury management, PNC merchant services. Do you have merchant services handled right now by another bank? If the answer is yes, then you might want to think about transferring some of those services to PNC Bank. If your goal is to get an EIN only massive business loan from PNC Bank with fair or poor credit, it's important to do that. It's important to focus on the multi-product relationship. So PNC Bank has three types of businesses that you might be interested in as a small business owner. First, they have the PNC Merchant Services. This is the kind of service that allows you to get payments, for example, through e-commerce. So they have their e-commerce solutions. They have the Clover Go, where you can accept payments anywhere business takes you. And they also have the Clover Flex. This is a portable, powerful point of sale system and payment solution. They have the Clover Mini. They have the Clover Station. And this is one of the tools they have so you can run your business more efficiently. They also have the Pinnacle Express. This is the second service they have. And this allows you to do everything from information reporting, transaction initiation, receivables information, and online client support. The third type of service they have is called the Treasury Management Solutions. This, you're able to personalize your cash management experience by having a cash flow conversation with one of the top treasury management providers in the country. PNC Bank in this department is a biggie. When it comes to treasury management solutions, based on our review, PNC Bank remains a big player. So with treasury management solutions from PNC Bank, you can accelerate receivables, you can monitor and manage financials, you can streamline payables, you can simplify your liquidity strategy, and you can mitigate fraud. Okay, so my whole point here is that besides opening a business checking account and a business savings account, it is recommended, if you want to get an EIN only massive business loan from a PNC Bank with fair or poor credit, to hire them for one of their services, for either it is treasury management, Pinnacle Express, or the PNC Merchant Services. Step number 7. I want you to apply. You can see on the screen, if you want to apply through the online, if you want to apply for an EIN only massive business loan from PNC Bank with fair or poor credit, go to the homepage, as you can see on the screen here, the small business homepage, and click apply online. Remember that you can always call them if you have questions. The number is on the screen also. One thing I want to say here is that it's better to apply at a branch after speaking to a PNC banker. We're just showing you here for illustrative purposes how the whole application process works, but it's always better to apply at a branch or over the phone. Never apply online for an EIN only business loan, especially if you have bad or fair credit. I'm not even sure we'll be able to go all the way through because PNC Bank wants you to be a client and we're not a client. So but let's just try, okay? Let's try. So you can see on the screen here, we are on the online account opening for a small business loan, okay? And this is for a loan unsecured, of course, between $20,000 and $100,000. And you have to put your zip code. So we put a New York zip code. Next, they're asking you if you are a PNC business banking customer. We said no because we don't have a PNC account. And they want to make sure that your business is now in one of the prohibited industries. So, right, if you're doing anything that is not in their list of allowed industries, they're not going to fund you. So we put no, of course. And what is your business type? We put LLC. As I was telling you, you got to be an LLC. You got to be a corporation. If you're a sole proprietorship, your chances of getting an EIN only business loan, especially a massive one at that, are kind of limited. You need to put the year your business was established, and if you are the founder. On the next screen here, they're asking you the annual revenue. So we put 240 grand. So that's about 20 grand per month, $20,000 per month. Move on to the next screen. They're asking you to confirm your gross annual revenue. PNC Bank, for all their business loans, they always ask that question. So of course we confirm, and you have the next screenshot here. you can see here that the online application was halted because you were not a PNC customer. So it says pretty clearly, you cannot apply online if you're not a PNC business customer. So you have to be a PNC business customer. Okay. So you can see on the screen here, we put all kind of information. We put the email address, our information, how many months we want to have the loan for, and we click submit. So we did this even though we cannot apply online, because if you cannot apply online, PNC Bank gives you another option. And what we did here is we provided preliminary information to PNC Bank, and basically they will get back to you. So once you hit the submit, even if you're not a PNC customer, they will get back to you. But again, at the end of the day, we recommend that you become a customer. If your goal is to get an EIN only, massive business loan from PNC Bank with fair or poor credit. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. We really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I gave you 7 steps. Number 1, choose the best loan for you. Number 2, you want to zero in on the loan details. 3, make sure you can afford loan payments. 4, understand the loan requirements. 5, you want to forge a relationship with PNC, what we call the MPR, the multi-product relationship. 6, you want to sign up for other PNC business services. Number 7, you want to apply. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I will see you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.